And you can pretty much do it
Felger and Mazz.
in perpetuity.
Yep. The Sports Hub.
Go right to your phones on our Red Sox conversation. Vrabel, Rossini, and of course, I know you always want to weigh in on Mazz's tiers. Steve in Charlestown on the Sox first. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, maybe I'm wrong about this and I'm kind of overreacting, but I feel like the Red Sox kind of cornered themselves with the Ranger Suarez signing. I mean, I'm not too crazy about Brian Bayo, and Sonny Gray might be here on a one-year deal. So if Peyton Tolley projects as a number one as a starting pitcher, are they prepared to play 81 games at Fenway Park with 4 lefties in their rotation? Because that kind of freaks me out.
Well, that's the same problem on the mound, perhaps.
Well, right. I'm one of the few people that probably thinks you're better off at lefties at Fenway if they're the right kind of lefties. It's the righties can pay worse because I think the ballpark benefits left-handed hitters more than right-handers.
But either way,
yeah,
is it a balanced rotation?
No, it's a fair point. I mean, again, these are the reasons you make trades because you have too much of one thing and not enough of another.
Jared and Walpole, what'd we miss?
Jenny Dell and Will Middlebrooks. I know it's kind of down the list and maybe an honorable mention tier, but that was a pretty good one.
I don't know how scandalous that was.
See, it becomes less scandalous when they get married.
Right.
And neither one of them was married at the time.
I think, again, we could do a whole tiers on Nesson personnel. There's some crossover from last week. There's a whole Nesson tier to be done. But the Heidi Watney situation, I think, was a bigger scandal. It wasn't reported.
I would agree.
Necessarily. I know I said something on the radio once, got her all mad. And Veritek, for that matter. And they were in the right, actually. But either way, I think that was a little more scandalous than Middlebrooks and Dell.
Yeah, again, they were both single.
Yes.
So it's a player and a reporter, but they weren't. Neither one of them was committed to anyone else.
Robin Situate, what do you got, Rob?
Yeah, this 31st pick is hugely beneficial to the Pats. They're not going to address that. Even if somebody does ask, Vrabel's just going to say, it's the draft. I'm dealing with football questions. And then I guess, what about Oil Can Boyd in the 86 season? He was cracked out the whole season.
Do we know that?
So I don't know if that was like.
I mean, he was nuts.
Yeah.
But was there any specific scandal with Oil Can Boyd?
Not that I.
Did he punch somebody out?
Not
meaning
that
like off the field, like that.
Not
kind of
that
thing?
I remember. I mean, again, so some of this is before my time. The famous one with Oil Can is the
why would they put the stadium by the ocean?
Well, no, the movies in spring training when he was he got charged late fees for not returning porn to the video store. Yeah, which famously Shaughnessy's written this a million times, which came to be known as the Cannes Film Festival.
That's a great line.
It is a great line.
Yeah, Boyd admitted to using cocaine throughout his career, often smoking crack before games, claimed he used it every day during the 1986 season.
Oh, wow.
When did that come out, though? Did it come out after the fact?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, see, so I don't think there was no arrest or legal.
Well, then if you were doing this and the Patriots in 85.
Right, exactly
scandal.
right.
Like that was a pretty good drug scandal.
Absolutely.
Nicholas in Providence with an addition to the tiers. Hi, Nicholas.
Hey, yeah, for Mazz's tiers, our owner's not eligible because I think Bob Kraft is pretty big news.
Tier
I'll
2?
hang up and listen.
Tier 2 or Tier 3?
You know what? Actually, it's a good one. It's a major omission by me.
Thomas in the car. You want to just second that quickly?
Hello?
Yep.
Hi, this is Dave in the car.
Okay,
Sorry.
Dave, go.
Lucic and his domestic situation.
Okay, put him on the list.
That's a good one.
Yep, that one's another good one that I missed.
This is a portion of the program where the French call screener completely loses.
Just freezes.
It just gets a name. So if I'm calling you by the wrong name, it's for a reason. Blame the French. No, Kraft, the Orchids of Asia belongs on some tier. I don't know which one you want it on, but,
AFC Championship game weekend, too.
Is that when that was?
Yeah, I think leading into that game against Kansas City in 2018. It's a stressful time.
Yeah, listen.
Big game.
Larry and Andover on the Red Sox. Hi, Larry.
Yeah, how you doing? Hey, I'll tell you, the Red Sox, they don't play the stock market. They should have bought high when, what's his name, was bailed for trading, Durant. Hey, the outfield, Abreu, leave him right, leave Palmer, Rafaela in center, leave Anthony in left field, have Yoshida be a DH, and Duran is a man out because he can't handle the Boston market. He's too sensitive. Take care.
Yep. Duran does not. They should have sold high on Duran a while ago. You've all said it, and it's right.
I mean, what a mistake that has been. Like, just you had when these guys have. See, the problem now is when these guys have good seasons, the Red Sox see that as return. Right? They look at that as, well, we didn't invest much there, and we're getting great return, so it's like not knowing when to cut with a stock. And they tried to carry it further, and now they're not getting the same out of it.
Tim in Connecticut, what did we miss on the tiers?
Irving Fryer and his kitchen incident.
Good one. He had a couple of them. Yeah, so was it before a playoff game?
It was. I want to say it was the 85 playoffs.
He sliced his hand, and his story the next day was that he cut it preparing fish in the kitchen. Fish. The interesting detail, which lends, which would sometimes lead you to believe that might be true. Why would you say fish?
Well, did you ever try to scale a fish?
Yeah,
it's
no,
kind
I
of
get
a pain
it.
in the ass.
I just wouldn't really think that NFL players at night are scaling fish. I don't know. It's just I don't feel like something that an NFL player would do.
Yeah.
But the one I put in the book was he was on the injured list or something. He wasn't playing. He was inactive, and he had to report for the game day. So he reported for the game day, but he effed off. He's like, I'm not staying for the game. So he got in his fancy sports car and ripped out of Gillette Stadium and hit a pole on Route 1. And the cop pulled up to the car. And the cop said, shouldn't you be across the street? Like, it's not really, it's kind of a nothing story. It was funny the way it was relayed to me.
He was a really likable guy.
Another guy's a little nuts. Here's Chase in the car. Go ahead, Chase.
What about Len Bias overdosing? Imagine that happening today.
I would hate to imagine it today or any day, but yeah, put that on the list.
Yeah, so I tried to differentiate between tragedy and but there was a scandalous aspect to his story.
I mean, it was just super sad and a little salacious because it was drugs. But was there really a scandal? You know what I mean? Like a scandal implies a cover-up or lying or, something, another layer to it other than just,
I
know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and in his case, I think he was freebasing, right?
I don't know.
That was my recollection.
Bernie in the car. Go ahead, Bernie.
Yeah, I was going to suggest Kraft, but I'll sit here and throw one more. You're just going to count Nancy Kerrigan? That whole thing was kind of weird, right?
Yeah, Boston Sports. Sure.
On ice, though, wasn't it? Well, it was just off the ice.
No,
when she got clubbed?
Yeah, of course, when she got clubbed.
That's close.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'll allow it.
Mike in New Hampshire, what'd we miss?
Craig McTavish.
Was he in Boston when he had the...
He was in Boston. He had the DWI kill the woman on Route 1. Then they shipped him out west after that.
Okay, I just forget the timing of it.
I thought it was
what
in
DW. Vehicular homicide.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got charged. I don't know what he ended up serving or getting charged with, but it was a drunk driving and he killed a person.
Yeah. Like I was didn't Dante Stallworth have a similar incident like that?
Yes, he did. But it was a pedestrian.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, listen, it was what it was.
Yeah, it was A1A down to Miami, I believe.
It was the causeway onto Miami Beach. He was out from the night before. I don't know if he went to bed, but it was like the next morning almost.
Right, that's right.
And he still either blew or, had a blood test and was still deemed to be over the limit. And it was a pedestrian. It was dusk or I don't know, whatever.
Right. And actually, he wasn't with the Patriots anymore when it happened, right?
Can't remember.
Me neither. McTavish was with the Bruins. It was 1984.
So there you go. All right. I know you want to keep weighing in on this. You may. I mean, we'll let it go for the day, and we'll continue the conversation throughout the course of the day. Back to your phones. Give you a little Celtics thought as well off of last night, right after these words. Whee! Goalie fight.
Felger.
Whee! Look at the goalie fight.
Oh,
Mazz.
oh my God.
Murray.
He sucks in the playoffs.
That's great. No.
98.5.
Wonderful. Good.
The Sports Hub.
They're going to play in the NBA playoffs, round one of the Eastern Conference Finals. It'll be the Sixers and the Celtics again. Final score, Sixers win the SoFi play-in game here in Philadelphia, 109-97. Boy, it was intense. There's Joel Embiid.
Sixers beat the Magic, draw the Celtics in the first round of the NBA playoffs starting Sunday here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Mazz, your thoughts?
Sorry, say that again. I was distracted.
Celtics, Sixers, your thoughts?
Look, the Celtics will win the series. I mean, there's no question about it. Embiid's out, the appendicitis thing, so forget that.
What if he were in?
They'd still win the series.
In 3.
Yeah, they'd still win the series. It should be a landslide. I saw this morning they're going to be 12-point favorites in Game 1.
12.5. I looked at put this in the email. 12.5-point favorites in Game 1, minus 900 for the series.
I mean, those are massive odds. Massive. So, look, they're clearly the better team. They should win this series in a cakewalk. But I just as an aside, I said to you this morning, these playing games have been great. And I do like the fact now that the NBA playoffs are more of a fight than they used to be. So now this series is going to be a walkover.
Yeah, not here it's not. But you feel across the board it's become more competitive?
I do. Like I used to think in the past, the first 2 rounds were a complete waste of time. And now, with between the second apron and all the luxury tax restrictions, you don't see many teams that have, or any really, that have more than a couple of superstars. So I think that there is more parity in the league than there has been, or that we're accustomed to, people my age. I like it. I like it a lot.
Look, there's juice there because of the historical aspect of it. I'm happier it's the 76ers rather than the Magic, right? Just because of the history of it. And there could be, there's been bad blood there before. The pace is probably going to be faster without Embiid. They have a couple of likable guys, or guys I like watching, like Maxey and Edgecombe. So, but still, it's going to be Celtics at worst in 5. They're going to kill this team.
Well, I mean, so let's see if it's more. I mean, I agree, Mazz. When you look at the landscape of the league, it feels flatter. I can't tell you who's going to win. Like where most years you say, well, it's obviously theirs to lose.
Exactly.
You
mean overall for the title?
Overall. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win. I don't think it's going to be OKC. I don't think they're kind of in, we're in a one-and-done era in the league, and I don't think they're some sort of mold-breaking outfit. I don't. I could see, if Wembanyama stays healthy, that, they go on a run with him every year, but I don't think OKC is it. It's all a long way of saying I don't know who's going to win, and that's good. That's good for the league.
Yeah, I think so, too.
These first-round series tend to be
usually walkovers.
Woof. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I guess Cavs-Raptors is competitive, but Lakers-Rockets, good. Nuggets-Timberwolves, good series, I guess.
Yeah, Nuggets-Minnesota could be pretty good.
The Warriors won last night, so does that mean they get the Thunder?
Yeah.
I mean, good name quality there. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, you're totally right about historically. The first and second round of the NBA playoffs is perfunctory.
Yeah, just waste of time.
So the play-in games, I do think, are a success as well. And that's just sort of this lesson of less is more. Whatever you can do to get to a one-off elimination game in any sport, in any context, just raises the stakes. The play-in games are more interesting than the first round, is what I'm here to tell you.
Absolutely.
And you can just see it in the buildings. The way Charlotte and that crowd reacted the other night when were they at home when they beat? They should have been. Or was that in Miami?
They were home.
They were home against Miami. I mean, that was a scene.
Yeah, Ball punched out his own mascot after the game.
That was great.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to just piece that together. That was
was great.
That was a scene. And the building last night in Philadelphia was up. It ain't going to be like that in Game 3 of the first round when they're down 2-0 and trailing by 15 points in the third quarter. It's going to feel like a November regular season game on a Tuesday.
That's probably right.
But the play-in games, it's immediate juice.
The urgency in those games is great.
So, and I'm pleased that the teams care to win. They're playing their ass off just for all intents and purposes, to get slaughtered over the next 10 days by whoever they play in the first round.
They should make the first round best of 3.
I mean, they should. Or something.
They never would, but...
Something. It's just the first round is just...
They used to do those.
Yeah, those were fun. Because you could sneak one in.
So Denver beat the Sonics. Remember that one?
I think that was a
30 years
that
ago?
was a 5-gamer. If I'm not mistaken, that was 5 games. The old it was a 3-gamer. I think Jordan and the Cavs was game 5, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
The famous Elo shot. It used to be best of 3. Remember those? They used to have a little best of 3.
Yeah, the miniseries.
That was cute. They called them a miniseries. So either way, Celtics are in good shape. You like them, Mazz, to go all the way?
They should absolutely be in the conference final and then go from there. Now, again, if they play offensively like they did at the end, and I'm really talking about, I thought Tatum and Brown were really starting to sync up at the end of the season. They should win the East. I mean, if and when they get to the finals, I'll assess it based on who they've got. But they're the best team in the East if they play like they played in the regular season.
If they don't make it, what will be the reason or reasons? I have 3.
Well, I would say Tatum not playing well.
Reverting to bad habits offensively, relying too much on the 3, getting pushed around too. Showing a lack of toughness because it was for that last time that they won it. I don't know if they could have had an easier run in terms of the teams that they played.
Well, so I would like to change my answer because I was thinking more in line to players. Softness would be number 1 for me. Yep, softness.
So I'll give you a couple more. To me, I'm going to assume Tatum's going to be 80%. I don't expect him to be the full Jason Tatum experience. I expect him to be good. I expect him to help them win. But if he's off his peak, I'm factoring that in. So that's not on my list. What's on my list is late game execution. I still don't know if they're a great late game team. They lost, again, those hideous losses to the Knicks and their hideous, play style in those games, they were still in them. And they dialed up the same play 2 straight possessions under 30 seconds. And the Knicks stuffed them on the second one because they were obviously ready for it because Mazzulla ran the exact same play with the exact same players. Remember
of course,
from under their own basket, yeah. Tatum going coast to coast with the high screen,
get him going downhill.
And so, but that's just I think their late game execution also bogs down because Tatum previously pound the ball into the ground and take a fadeaway 27-footer, which wouldn't be a good shot. So their late game execution. If these games are tight late, what do we got? And so that the second thing is coaching. I still don't know if Mazzulla's a great coach. I think he's proven he can get them to overachieve in a regular season context and get guys to buy in, play hard, all that sort of stuff. I totally believe that. He's proven that for sure. Playoffs are different. Playoffs are matchups, game-to-game adjustments, those ATO plays at the end of the game.
Yep.
It's a whole different thing. Like in the regular season, it's totally different. In the regular season, it's sort of figuring out your rotations, getting them to play hard, getting them to buy in, getting them to focus where the other team's not. And he did a great job with that, for sure. Well, their rotations are set, mostly, and there's going to be matchups against experienced coaches and adjustments. I don't know if he can do it. I've never seen him do it. In the years where you came up short, where he had to do those things, he got tushed. He got out-coached by Eric Spoelstra or Tom Thibodeau. And he never had a chance to suffer that in the year they won the title because they won all those series in 4 and 5 games and all the best players on the other side were hurt. So I still don't know what Mazzulla can do in a postseason context.
All good questions.
And here's 3. The role players that you're going to be relying on are really inexperienced. Celtics fans believe that this is a better roster than last year because, of course, they do. And they're better positioned now because Porzingis was sick and Horford's old and beat up and blah, blah, blah. So they'd rather have Baylor Shireman. They'd rather have Hugo Gonzalez. They'd rather have these players. They are really unproven.
Yes, very, very much so.
And the NBA playoffs is typically not for young players. So if games come down to these guys, what do you got? Sure, Jrue Holiday might be on the back 9, and Al Horford is on the 17th hole. But that experience plays in the playoffs. It does. So let's see Keita. Let's see Shireman. Let's see Gonzalez. I get the sense if they come up short, what I'm going to hear from, the first excuse will be injury, which it always is. And then the second one will be,
this was all gravy anyway.
Well, for sure we'll get that. But what they'll say is, you see our role players, you can't, Baylor Shireman sort of disappeared on the road because he's a role player and he's young and he's a rookie and you can't expect much from those guys early in their playoff careers because that's not what that's the way the NBA playoffs go.
You're definitely going to get that.
And we were, the youth of some of our role pieces were exposed, but what do you expect? We were smart to get under the apron. And we had to go young, and next year they'll be better suited for when Tatum's all the way. That's what we'll get. I guarantee you, if they come up short, you'll see that those role players weren't ready for the moment.
See, that's why I was reluctant to put them on the list. Because, again, to me, this is what you built. So if you think they can play, then they have to produce. So now look at
Vucevic, he's old, but he's never won a round in the playoffs. He's not exactly in the trenches. He's kind of a finesse big guy, right?
I mean, he'll body up on offense for sure. And even on defense, he's just not that athletic. So, I don't think he's soft per se, but I don't know, if the game's moving fast, I want to see how he plays.
The Knicks, one of the matchup advantages they've had is their size.
Yep.
So he's got to get in there. But again, play experience. He's old, but he's not playoff experienced. And you got a lot of kids that are never going to, for the first time, are going to be in this kind of spot.
They should still win the East.
Of course they should.
Or they should be in the finals, conference finals at a minimum.
They should win the conference.
They should absolutely win the East. I'm just telling you, if they don't, I think those are the things we might be talking about. Okay, there's a Celtics segment for you. Back to your calls on everything after Big Jim Murray gets you updated. Sean and Lawrence. Go, Sean.
You keep saying, I didn't actually watch the game, whether it's Patriots, Celtics, Bruins, whatever. Isn't your job as a talk show host to actually watch sports?
So I would say my job is to get you to listen.
That is the job.
Mission accomplished.
Take this job and shove. Felger and Mazz. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
See, I think the Knicks have a better chance of beating the Celtics, and the Detroit Pistons have a better chance of beating the Knicks. That's how I view it. I think the kryptonite for the New York Knicks can be the Detroit Pistons. Boston just seems to me to methodically go about the business of being the Boston Celtics. Last year was an aberration. We won't let that happen again this year. We'll get them this year. That's Boston. Detroit is like one of those teams that gives you the impression that they could be en route to a championship. And if the New York Knicks gets bounced out, they're going to be pissed off because we want them. We want them bad. We want the Knicks. They want them. And that is why I look at the Detroit as being the biggest Achilles heel to the New York Knicks. Whereas with the Celtics, it's the Knicks that's in their way because the Knicks already beat them before. And because of the methodical approach that the Boston Celtics have, they'll beat anybody that you put in front of them. They're like the Knicks are just the latest victim. Detroit wants the Knicks. Boston don't care who it is. We just going to beat them because we're better than you. That's Boston's mentality, which is why I think is a difference.
Stephen A. on the landscape in the East. The road is going to be tougher, if not necessarily tough, historically, tougher than the last time.
Oh, definitely.
Last time
they won, you mean?
Last time they won was...
Joke.
My goodness.
Their toughest series was, I'd argue, against Indiana.
They
swept them.
They didn't have one. They didn't have one. Halliburton got hurt.
Yeah.
Come on. The Knicks give them trouble.
Yep.
And the Pistons are tough. They should beat them, but it should be a little bit more of an entertaining run.
Wouldn't it be nice to hear from them? And I do generally agree with what Stephen A. said there. There is, and I think it starts with Missoula and the confidence of Brown and Tatum that, they'll take any and all comers. But shouldn't they be saying we want the Knicks to right the wrong of last year? I'd like to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be an easy thing to get up for.
Sure, they should want them.
Last year, the Knicks kind of caught you napping. Well, not going to happen this year. So, all right, back to your phones here on everything. A lot of additions to the tiers, Boston sports scandals. Sully in Charlestown. Go ahead, Sully.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good. What do you got?
Good. I got a couple. So I got Ray Bork being absolutely plastered, driving into the young kid or whoever it was in Woburn, and nothing made out of that.
I don't think he ran into, or he just passed out in his car, didn't he? I mean, not that that's okay.
I think it was an accident. He smashed into someone, and the cops came. They're like, all right.
I'm not sure about that, but go ahead, please.
All right. I'm sorry, Mike. Sorry. Let me get to it, too.
I didn't do it. I didn't say anything. That guy bugged me. I just want to clarify if Bork ran into someone.
It was a DUI, right?
Yeah. I thought they just found him passed out in his car.
I don't remember the details on that, but worth bringing up.
Andover Police Chief Patrick Keefe said the 55-year-old Bork was arrested about 11:30 after his Mercedes-Benz rear-ended a minivan in a construction zone in the city, Andover. No injuries were reported. Okay, so I guess it was an accident. I don't know if that's a scandal or not, but fine, put it on the board. Bill in Roxbury. Hi, Bill.
Yeah, why don't we just dedicate a whole tier section to Irving Fryer? How about the time he and Hartley Dykes were boys' night out in Rhode Island, and I believe Irving had to shoot off his firearm because Hartley was getting the crap beat out of him.
Irving Fryer, we could do a whole Irving Fryer tier.
Definitely.
Yeah. He was.
I guess I'd never heard this
Me
one.
neither. I'd never heard that story. Maybe it wasn't public. I mean,
Gary in the car, what did we miss?
How about Will Cordero, second baseman for the...
Banned for life.
Yep.
If you didn't hear the segment, just listen. No need to contribute. You can just listen to this one.
Wait, the whole idea of calling is that we missed one.
Exactly. Now, if you're not sure if we missed it or not because you weren't listening to this, I'm not blaming you for not listening. You don't have to listen to every segment every day. But I will blame you for needing to give a suggestion that may have already been given.
Correct.
If you're not sure, I'm going to ask you to hold on to it. And if not, you will be banned for lifetime, as this previous caller has now received a lifetime ban from Felger and Mazz. Those are the rules of the tiers.
Right. You have to do a little research before you call.
Craig in the car. Go ahead, Craig.
Chauncey Billups and Ron Mercer sexual assault charges at Antoine Walker's house.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
I don't remember that either.
So this is one now, too. If you say it and it's on the air, I don't want it to go unless it's actually true.
Right, exactly.
So now I got to Google this. Someone else talk, please.
Okay, so look, this is the danger of doing these kinds of lists, as people, people have rumors that they think to be accepted as fact, and they were never reported in the traditional media at the time. So, you got me. That's the first I'd ever heard of that one.
No criminal charges were filed. Civil lawsuit brought by the woman settled in 2000 for an undisclosed amount.
Okay, but there was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. When he got hired by the first thing that came up in my eyes, I was Googling. In a most, I don't mean to laugh, but this was from 2021. In a most unusual introduction of a head coach to his new city and fans, the Portland Trail Blazers opened up their June 29th news conference for Chauncey Billups, announcing him as head coach by announcing that they had completed their own investigation into a decades-old rape allegations against him.
Holy smokes.
So thanks, everybody, for showing up. We'd like you to introduce you to our new head coach, Chauncey Billups. We first would like to say that we've conducted our own investigation into the rape charges against him, and he has been cleared. So everybody, welcome Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
Is that how that went? Good grief.
Not a sex creep. Your new coach, everyone.
He's got other issues. JT in Worcester. Yes, JT.
I don't think anybody, I'm not trying to get banned. I don't think anybody mentioned this one yet, but Chandler Jones showing up at the police department.
Oh.
No, you're clear.
Great one.
No, you may call back. That was not been mentioned. Chandler Jones, half naked on synthetic weed in the back police slot of the Fox. Was it the Foxborough or Rentham?
One of those.
It was one of them.
I think it was Foxborough.
It was banging on the back door.
Yeah, remember that?
Attleboro?
Maybe it was Attleboro. It was one of those. It was one of those towns down.
Yeah, that was a good one. I forgot about that.
Jeff in Maine. What did we miss?
Well, hey, fellas, this one's good enough that ESPN did a 30 for 30 about it. But the Henry Hill, the mobster Henry Hill, recruited 3 of BC's top players, hoops players in 78, 79 to shave points.
That's right.
BC point shaving scandal.
That's right.
I was waiting for this to come up because I thought about putting it on the list and I didn't, but because
the main,
it was sort of on floor.
It's just interesting. The main guy, I forget his name, but the player that was at the center of it that had the most questionable plays and whatnot. His roommate, you know who his roommate was?
No.
Mike Mayock.
Oh, really?
Mike Mayock was his roommate.
You're kidding.
No, was the dude's roommate.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And I know Max talked about it. I know he's been interviewed and talked about it, but a small world kind of thing. Mike Mayock was the player's roommate. I think Mayock was a football player or something, obviously. Speaking of football, how about we bring out the big board?
Oh, yeah, man.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're just going to pause from the incessant tears calls and we got corners and safeties today. So let's throw for cornerbacks coming your way right after these words.
Oh, really?
Mike?
Felger.
Shush.
Mazz. The Sports Hub.
Corners, hit corners.
Ooh, good job.
Okay, that feels like it hit something. Yeah. Right down there. Oh, the names are great. Jojuan. Joejuan. Jojuan Williams from Vanderbilt.
I think it's Jowan.
Looks like it's Jojuan. Williams, he's from Vanderbilt, projected in the first to second round. Strong points, very big corner with height and length, quickness of a much smaller man. Changes direction in a heartbeat and has good suddenness.
Sounds like Razai Dowling.
I like suddenness.
I didn't know suddenness was an attribute.
Weak points. Limited experience playing off and zone coverage. Occasionally fails to get his head turned, okay? But we're going to put Joe...
He doesn't turn his head. He's perfect for the Patriots.
Joe Jawan Williams, put him on the board.
And with the 45th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the champs select Jawan Williams, DB, Vanderbilt.
Felger and Mazz, big board right again. What year was that? What was the Jawan Williams
19.
pick? What was it?
2019.
2019. Okay, we do again. So the precursor, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Oh my God. What's the word? Not precursor. The warning I give you is that the big board does not predict whether they're good or not, just whether they're going to get selected.
Disclaimer.
The disclaimer. Jesus. Thank you.
Words are my business.
Disclaimer. We aren't promising these guys can play. We're just promising the Pats are going to take one of them. Felger and Mazz big board. Again, chucking markers at draft magazines for what is now our 17th year. We've had 18 correct selections over the previous 16. It just goes to show the folly, all due respect, Alex Barth, the folly of all the pre-draft analysis, just the nonsense. I said 18 years ago, you're just as likely to figure out who they're going to take by chucking markers at a magazine. So we did it, and it's proven out. And it's brought to you by the Peterson School, proud sponsor of the Felger and Mazz Big Board. The Peterson School is drafting instructors for all locations. If you're an expert in your trade and want to share your knowledge, visit petersonschool.com. We played Jawan Williams because we're throwing for corners. 3 throws, 3 different pages on the Lindy's Sports Annual. Mazz has a little Nerf football brought to you by the Peterson School with a marker in the nose of it. He's been throwing horribly this year.
I've been really bad.
Mazz has been way off, big control problems, but he's going to throw first. Go ahead, Mazz.
Okay, color is blue.
Better.
A little high right.
No, I see it.
A little bit better.
Will Lee the third.
Will Lee.
Will Lee the third. Not Willie. Will, last name Lee the third.
So is his dad or one of those other Will Lees the bassist from the David Letterman band? Remember the tall guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Well, you know what? Boogler's draft guide will have it. He has all that information. Go ahead. All right, it's Murray's turn. Go ahead.
From the Beast.
Oh, nice
Murray. Murray's the most improved player by far this year.
Seriously, that was good.
Hot hand.
Look at that mark.
Hot hand.
Great name. Takario Davis.
Takario, you should see Barth in there when you mention the names. He's feverishly on his phone typing away. Look at him. Looks like he's cheating on a test.
Okay, Mazz, third and final throw. Your last one was a little better. Let's see what you got.
Okay, green. Color Murray.
Oh, Jesus,
so
man.
Bad. What's the matter with you?
I don't know.
You are Roman Anthony right now.
I got the yips.
My God, TJ Hall, Iowa. Another Iowa kid, Mazz.
Oh, I hate Iowa.
I'm not a fan of Iowa either. What are we doing?
Well, yeah, I can't explain it. This is just...
Oh boy.
I'm not right.
You hate Iowa, throw the ball better.
Just all over the place.
Jesus. All right. Real quick, the write-ups now, please. First one we hit was Will Lee the third.
Will Lee the third.
It's been a long road for a player dubbed, you know what his nickname is?
No, go.
The Blanket.
Oh, the Blanket.
It's been a long road for a player dubbed The Blanket.
Yeah, he covers.
Starting his career at Iowa Western Community College. Before transferring to Kansas State, Lee made a sharp rise before heading to A&M in 2024. He has the overall speed and quickness to match faster receivers and recover if he gets beat. Footwork is borderline teach tape.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's borderline teach tape. It's so good we want to show you this to teach you.
Good feet. Should be a how-to video.
His footwork is borderline teach tape, and if he chooses to participate in the drills at the combine, be prepared to be amazed during his drill work.
Okay.
Effortlessly changes gears, accelerating and decelerating the moment he flips his hips. to run. Great length has nabbed him numerous PBUs, pass breakups, including 8 this season. Weaknesses. Instincts in coverage overall are a work in progress. In man coverage, he can be late to flip his hips and run with receivers after their breaks, leaving him vulnerable to giving up quick completions. In zone, his struggles are more evident, where he hesitates to get downhill and close in on open receivers. Tackling technique inconsistent, which combined with his wiry frame can lead him to being run over.
This guy's an enigma. He's got good feet, but he doesn't know how to get there.
I like guys with good feet. I like that trait. Barthy, your thoughts?
Physically, he's got it. It's just, as it alluded to there, some of the mental stuff. He can, bite and misread routes. He's a boomer bust kind of player. He's projected early day 3.
Oh, boy.
Boomer bust. Put him on the board. Takario Davis, Washington. 6'4", 200.
Ooh, tall, thin.
A towering boundary outlier.
6'4", seriously.
A towering boundary outlier with rare length and natural ball skills. He possesses unmatched boundary presence at 6'4", leaving almost no room for receivers to operate on the sideline. A zone coverage standout, showing the poise to read the quarterback's eyes and peel off routes to attack the ball with elite timing. His receiver background is evident in his body control and hands.
I like the sound of this guy.
Weaknesses.
Uh-oh.
Lean frame, plays significantly smaller than the measurement suggests. Gets physically overwhelmed by bigger slot receivers and tight ends.
Soft.
Working underneath. Durability is a massive red flag following a season where hamstring and rib issues cost him critical matchups against Ohio State and Oregon, raising questions about whether his willowy build can survive an 18-week NFL gauntlet.
I'm out. I don't want to hear about a hamstring guy.
How
before
tall
he's
is
even played in
Christian
the league.
Gonzalez? This guy sounds like a little bit like a Christian Gonzalez.
Barthy?
He's probably more of a pure zone corner. He reminds me a little bit, and this would be like the upside of Reek Woolen in Seattle. Projected early to mid day 3 pick. Again, I don't know that he's a scheme fit for them.
Is Woolen the guy who got that penalty?
Yes.
In the NFC Championship game?
I remember him.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Finally, TJ Hall, Iowa, because Mazz absolutely cannot throw this year.
Seriously, I don't know what's wrong.
6 feet, 183, projected in the 4th round. I'll go right to the weaknesses. What?
I get the yips.
Recovery speed is a concern against NFL vertical threats. Struggles to maintain hip positioning through stem, allowing receivers to gain leverage. Senior Bowl performance showed conscious effort addressing technique concerns, though whether improvements will translate to sustainable change or permanent ceiling remains a question. He's got a grabby technique.
Oh, brother.
His coach will like him. Grabby technique. Thank you. You got it. Won't survive NFL officiating.
Huh.
Oh, so he's a flag waiting to happen?
Yeah.
This guy sucks.
No thanks.
Got grabby technique.
This is one of the worst write-ups I've ever heard. How big is he?
It's definitely not one of the worst. We've had much worse. 6 feet, 183.
Oh.
He loses releases crossing his face.
What does that mean?
He loses releases crossing his face due to lack of lateral quickness. He's not comfortable turning and locating ball downfield and struggles tracking over his shoulder, excuse me. He's a marginal guy, Mazz.
6 feet, 183?
Yeah, good job. Barth, your thoughts?
Useless.
He ran like a 4.640 at the combine. That didn't help him. He's probably going to need to play in the slot mid to late day 3.
Explain that one thing again about, is it with his eyes? Does he have mortgage eyes? One's fixed rate, one's variable?
Guy's going right across him.
So crossing face is like when the route breaks in front of him and the guy runs essentially across him, like by him instead of breaking away from him.
He has trouble with that? That's not a good sign. What's so hard about that? Follow him.
Loses releases crossing his face. You would think that would be the one you'd be able to get.
Yeah.
Right in front of you.
Right in crosses right in front of you.
I missed it. What happened?
Well, that usually means like he's running into your leverage.
I want to see if this Lee is
Where'd he go?
The son of the Letterman basis. Because that would be cool.
He was right there a second ago.
Well, Will Lee the third. Where is he in this freaking book?
He's not in the Beast?
I can't find him in the Beast yet.
I can't believe how bad that last throw was.
I can't believe how bad you're throwing.
I don't know what happened.
What's gotten into you?
Seriously, it's got to be mental.
It's got to be in your head.
It's got to be in your head at
My
this
arm
point.
feels fine.
It's been really bad, dude.
We got to get a radar gun in here, check the readings. Maybe I'm throwing too hard.
Okay. I can't find the league guy. We'll look it up for you.
Something's wrong.
A few Bruins thoughts for you and your phone calls continuing after Big Jim Murray gets you updated. 90 seconds, no commercials.